My name is Ekaterina. Welcome to Apprentice of Silence. Today's reading is about what was this setup made for you to look at. This is Group 1, Pile 1, Group 2, Group 3. I'll see you at the timestamps. Group 1, welcome to your reading. You have the 9 of Swords. So today we're going to look at what was it about this situation that served as a setup for you to be able to dive deeper into your conscious awareness and look at the patterns that you have going on. I'm going to keep it there. Spirit, for Group 1, please. Any messages? Queen of Wands. We're talking about what to bring balance to within your psyche. So we're talking about some kind of conflict, some kind of split decision, meaning you don't really know which way to go. And today's reading is about what was the purpose, what's the benefit of you even being in this situation. So what I'm hearing is that this situation is the perfect opportunity for you to go against the wind. It will be bringing up every pattern within you that you've had regarding fear of going against the wind, meaning doing the opposite of what majority of people in your life either are doing or are wanting you to do. So all those feelings regarding, I actually want to do something else, something that goes against the wind in this case, meaning something that goes against the current. All those fears of actually following through, that is what you're feeling right now. And at the same time, all these patterns where you felt like leaving and doing what you actually want will be taken as a step of betrayal. The same feelings are coming up for you now. And the outcome of this situation that is presented to you is where you get to this, they're saying transparent, but it's not that you don't care. It's more that you have looked at your own reasons for long enough and closely enough that you actually know why this calm is something that you choose. So instead of this has been you in your life prior to this situation, and this is you currently as well, being this burdened about choices, knowing that you do actually want to do something that is considered rebellious, that is considered not the proper way of how things should be done, and you're feeling as if you're following through with this choice, you will be abandoning people, and there is a lot of shame that comes up with it. Another message here is when you've been stuck in this pattern, it's like things haven't been able to move forward for you. And because they haven't been able to move forward for you, you have adopted this belief that perhaps the world just won't align with your desires. The world is against your higher wishes. It's like, well, I've wanted all of this happen, but you take the external resistance. You take the external resistance as a measure of proof that you're doing the wrong thing. I hope that makes sense to you. It's like every time we'll say you want to buy rye bread at the grocery store, and then everyone who you're with at the grocery store is like, no, you can't buy rye bread. we need white bread only. And you know there is a conflict there, and you know if you choose the right bread, you'll probably abandon those who would like some kind of dish with the white bread. Just an example, you know? But that fact that people turned quote unquote against you and said, no, we want white bread, you've taken situations like that, external oppositional force, as a sign that what you want, that basically that you should go and buy the white bread. For you here today, it's about seeing this. It's about seeing that the external opposition was something that was present in your childhood while these beliefs were forming for you. When you chose that going against the current and picking your own path and leaving people behind was something that would bring you pain. You formed all these beliefs about what these situations mean. And right now you have the opportunity to actually look closely as to why have these beliefs been formed? What kind of valid trauma is behind them? What are you making external opposition mean? Because let's recap, all external opposition is internal opposition. This is not to put any blame on, oh, you have to look inwardly and, fix it, and so the external opposition will be removed. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that just because you have external opposition doesn't mean that the choice you're trying to make, the decision making, isn't the one that is the most of benefit to you. Doesn't mean that just because there is external opposition that the choice you're trying to make, i.e. in this example buying the rye bread, isn't one that is most in alignment with you. And this message is regarding to look at the patterns and ask the right questions about them. This setup you've been experiencing where it's like a block, you want to do something opposite and these feelings come up. This is the gift in disguise for you. I hope this was good enough for you, and I hope to see you soon again. Thank you, Pile 1. Group 2, welcome to your reading. And this is the card that you have chosen. It's the Four of Swords in reverse. Why was this situation a setup for you? What was it meant to show you? Okay, the first messages I'm getting, it's like a carpet being swept under your feet. It could be like an illness, or that you had to take a break, or plans fell through and somehow you were forced into a moment of, say, pause, reflection. And if that situation hadn't occurred, you would never be able to be a match or even be open enough to receiving an option that you previously had, not even been thinking about, even though it was there all along. For group 2, please, Spirit. It's something that is not moving fast. Again, it shows me about stalemate point, meaning things are not moving forward. Okay, I see. The question at hand and the meaning you have made out of the situation is that something is unfair because it hasn't been moving forward. And what I'm seeing in the cards here is it's because of them not moving forward that opportunities are able to click into place. So the upset you're feeling right now is indeed so that you're able to look at, well, what is fair to you, and can you really control all the situations at hand? Could you really have prevented or change the outcome, and how can you be so certain that behind the scenes things aren't working out in your favor? Maybe this is even like a call to question hope, because I'm almost hearing like, when did your hope die? Because it's almost like you went into this rigid mode where you're just cold, and I'm seeing like a block of ice, like it didn't work out, and I'm forced to just lay here, and I'm unable to move. But how do you know that that wasn't the best thing for you to happen? Where did the hope go? Like, why is there none of it for you to access at this current point of stagnation? That's the message for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. See you soon. Pile 3. This is your card, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Today we're talking about what was this set up for, and what was it meant to show you. And Wheel of Fortune in reverse talks about, I heard miscarriage just now, but it talks about lack of luck in one way or the other. Let's see what Spirit wants to tell you. Miscarriage could be a personal message for someone who just has experienced that. And in that case, my sincerest apologies. I'm so sorry. Or it could also mean something that didn't develop fully enough to the way it should have, would have, could have. So let's see. For Pile 3, please, Spirit. What was this setup for? You create your own reality. Two nines in reverse, like opposite each other. Talks about yin yang for me, like the balance. Okay, let's see. What was this setup for? Okay, there's a big pile of you people, meaning you're both more spiritually aware, so not both, like all of the people drawn to this pile are the more spiritually aware beings, meaning it's more complicated, the situation that you're currently going through. Out of all cards, only the Magician and the Fool is upright. And it talks to me about this grand journey that is going on currently. And it all starts with you gaining the awareness that you create your own reality. And it not ends, but the continuation of the path is when you dare to actually believe that it is so. You dare to actually have the faith that there is something higher than us, and there is something more to events and synchronicities than just what is. So maybe the most you can get out of this message is the awareness of how many people are struggling in the same spot that you're in right now. It's a collective shadow, shall we say, that we refuse to acknowledge of our creations. We refuse to acknowledge the power of our own creations and of our mind, and what we choose to lend focus towards, what we choose to create. There has to be an acknowledgement of the implications of the power to create your own reality, to even have enough gut force to dive into your patterns, to dive into your beliefs, to dive into your trauma, and to retrieve the focus that you're lending subconsciously towards unbeneficial beliefs and unbeneficial ideas that you keep manifesting into your life, even though that is perceived by you not what you desire. It's always going to be a balance point. So they're showing me a needle that is balancing. It's always going to be a balance point between, oh, I create all of my reality. I can do so much with manifestations. I can do so much with aligning. I can do so much with raising my vibration. I can do so much with techniques like Neville Goddard and, believe it to receive it type of mentality. And on the other side, it's so much of my trauma is subconscious and I don't have access to it, and it keeps repeating and it keeps manifesting into my life, and then it's always going to be this tip point of a journey that is never going to end. It is always going to be, okay, this is a trauma. Okay, this is a pattern. Okay, this is me creating my reality. Okay, this brings me joy. Okay, this is what I desire. Okay, this brought me pain. Okay, this is where the pain comes from. This is what triggered me. Meaning now I can see what's the opposite of what triggered me. That is what I desire. I can look at what beliefs do I have that are in the opposite of what it is that I truly desire. And then if I dive into that, I can find my truth. I can find what different fragments within me truly want. It's always going to be this balance. And it's going to be exhausting like it is right now. And for you to feel like luck is not on your side, it's not unexpected. It's not unexpected that you are in this place that you are right now. The setup is a repeated message for you to have compassion that you're constantly going to fall back into this mentality. And with the level of knowledge that this is always going to be a reoccurring theme in your life, what can you do about that? Like, if you know that you will continue to struggle with the I create my own reality and I should take a leap of faith, and the constant pain that traumas bring with them, what then? What is the point for you where you feel like it doesn't matter if this brings me pain because there is nothing else for me to do but this? What's the point for you where you're like, okay, this is never going to end, so what do I want to do with my life if this is never going to end? Okay, if I'm going to feel like luck is against me, then I am going to choose to align my life, choose to structure my daily routine so that when this happens, I know what steps I'll take to make me feel a little bit better. I will expect luck to not be on my side. I will expect this mindset due to past trauma that has created this mindset, and I will plan for it. And I will know that a lot of people are in the same boat, and I would wish upon them also to make it a habit to prepare for the moments where you're feeling like luck is not on your side, those moments when you would wish to not do anything, to give up, to not continue. You'll plan for it and you'll expect it. Because currently it's almost like that's where our development is at, where we will just have to plan for it and expect it and deal with it when we can, and know that we will always find the answers when we dare to ask the questions. Okay, thank you so much, Pile 3. I see you soon. Take care.